Now let me introduce to you, from Orphan Black, Tatiana Maslany. Sorry. Have a seat. Have a seat. It's also Jordan Gavaris and Dylan Bruce. Sorry, all at once. There you are. All right.
Do you play them too? Yeah.
She can.
It's just
Probably better than I can play myself.
So if any of y'all have questions, now would be the time to do your hand-raising thing.
Yes.
That we discussed, where you get the microphones.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are just so amazing. We are just in awe of all of y'all. My question for all three of you, really, and Tatiana, you're phenomenal. But it also is reflective of the way you guys interact with each different clone. Can you talk a little bit about like the different, how do you differentiate? Because honestly, when we watch the show, we see distinct different people. We don't see you, but we know that the guys are as much a part of that and reacting to you differently. So how do you differentiate? Give us some of the information on like how you make the magic happen.
The magic.
The magic. Well, I mean, like you say, it's so much in how they respond to me and how they receive me. When I walk on set as Allison, it's a complete different response than when I walk on set as Sarah. Especially with Felix, the dynamic changes completely. Jordan will give me cutting little remarks between takes and like take me down when I'm Allison, and like we're both kind of like looking at each other up and down. But as Sarah, we have a very, Sarah and Felix, we have a very kind of ease. There's an ease to it and a kind of familial thing. And for me, it's just committing to walking in on set as that character and embodying the music of the character and embodying the dialect and just letting that person speak and committing to it and trusting it. And I don't know. What about you guys?
I think the question was for you, Tati.
Well, no.
I'm not going to answer for you.
No, but like, it's different when you're working. Who did you work with? You worked with
You.
Sarah. Right. But like, you're in
Sarah.
Sarah.
Me and Sarah like this.
Yeah. Tell me about
Where
that.
is she? Is Sarah here right now? Sarah.
Wrestling somewhere.
Sarah.
Yeah.
I got so excited I forgot everything I was gonna say. No.
Next question.
Wait, no, I have something. Well, it's who you are too when you delineate all these different women. I mean, between Allison and Cosima, you know who she's playing. If she was out of wardrobe, if she was out of hair and makeup, you would know who she's playing based on the way that she walks across a room. So, given that my character is a consistent character, all I really have to do is respond to, the difference in body language. It's if she's Cosima and not Sarah, then I don't trust her because I'm not familiar with the way that she's moving her arms and trying to move through the world. That sounds so cerebral and wanky. I'm sorry.
You're so smart, Jordan.
I'm ridiculous right now. I almost started to cry.
I did
because
too.
I got so emotional.
Now you have to
You're our
cry.
first panel, hey? You're our first panel, so thank you for...
And like, I can see every single one of your faces. Like, I just want to take everybody in right now. I'm just like hardcore looking at everyone. That's not creepy at all. Hi. Hi.
Are there any more questions? Yes.
Sistra.
Heyo.
Helena's alive.
I wanted to know if you got my email about the twin dinner.
Wow.
No, seriously, I would love to know, do you work with a dialect coach for each of your accents?
Yes.
Because, I mean, you have so many of them. And I just want to say, Team Kasima.
Yes.
My wife is a scientist from Berkeley, so I'm kind of really into Kasima.
That's awesome. Yeah. Go clone lesbians. Yeah, I definitely work with a dialect coach. We Jordan
Yeah.
as well. You can tell he doesn't sound at all.
I do
like
not
Felix.
sound at all English.
But
I'm really sorry if that messes you up too. I know that's.
But yeah, we work with an amazing guy called John Nellis who he's helped not only create the dialect, but he's there on set every day watching us and making sure that we're staying within the dialect. He's helped me a lot with vocal placement because Allison speaks from a different place than Sarah speaks, than Helena speaks. So, he's helped with that because so much about the dialect is about who you are and where you come from. And, the show's about identity. The show's about how different we can be depending on how we grew up, how we were raised, where we come from, the way we speak, the way we communicate. So all that really plays into not just dialect, but, how you communicate and who you are.
That's awesome. I have to say, that sounds really good.
Thanks.
As another actor, that sounds amazing. That's great. I'm just gonna do that. I'll be over here. You are amazing. Wonderful.
Awesome. Yes.
My question is more, obviously you put a lot of thought into your characters and the backstory and everything. One, who's the older one, Felix or Sarah? And two, what was your dynamic in childhood? What was your childhood like as Sarah and Felix? Who was the bigger asshole in high school and stuff like that?
Language.
Sarah's definitely older by probably 5, 6 years maybe? 5, 6, 7 years? I don't know.
Sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I want to
Explain
crawl
why you
inside
jumped to that
myself right
conclusion.
now. The dynamic, from my understanding, I think we talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause in real life, Tat has younger brothers, and I have older sisters. So that relationship was it was very clear that she's sort of the protective older sister, would probably kick anybody's ass on the playground if they ever gave Felix a hard time, which they definitely did. Felix was the little brother willing to do anything. If she said, okay, we're gonna go and rob a bank. Okay, yeah, sure. Or if we're gonna go conceal a clone's dead body. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and it's cool because Jordan and I, when we met we hadn't met before our screen test, and we'd
met everybody else, but not
we
each other.
talked with everybody else who was auditioning, and we only met when we literally started the scene. And it felt like I'd known Jordan my whole life. There was something, oh my God, you're dressed as Helena as Beth. That's incredible. Oh my God, that's awesome. That's
Wow.
It's amazing.
amazing.
Good find. Look at that. It's
Wicked.
amazing.
You are, right? But yeah, so we were kind of one of those fortunate circumstances
It was like
where
magic. I mean, it felt magical. Almost.
Yeah.
It was magical.
Finish each other's
It was like
sentences.
not having known this person, seeing her, wanting to ask her. It was this weird little spark of electricity where you just want to say how is your husband? How's your kids? How have you been? It's like it's an old friend you haven't seen in 20 years. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
It was really strange.
But I think it's that dynamic, that
Yeah.
older brother, younger sister thing, and I think because we grew up in that way, and I mean, obviously our childhoods were very different from Sarah and Felix, who I think only had each other and had to rely on each other heavily, and yet there's still a distrust there, and there's still Sarah kind of screws off and runs away, and Felix is kind of the steady.
And yet still, as I don't know if anybody's a younger sibling, no matter what your older siblings do to you, I think until you reach a certain point in life, you somehow always find a way to turn the other cheek, and you just want to make them happy. There's that weird, I need your validation, I need your love, I need your acceptance all the time. I do things for my sisters I wouldn't do for anybody. Even if they've yelled at me that morning for, you know, I don't know, doing something stupid, like leaving my pomade on the counter. I don't even
That
use
is
pomade.
idiotic.
I use pomade.
On his abs.
Stop it, you. I saw you in the gym this morning.
How many of you here have seen our bums?
Hands, please.
And who else has a question?
A bum is a butt. It's the Canadian term
Oh,
for
do you guys
butt.
not say that here?
Bum. No, they don't say that in the United
You don't
States.
say bum. That's
No.
why you all look so confused.
You're like, what is he talking about?
The irony is you've all seen it, so I know you're lying.
Hi, okay, so
Hey.
questions for you guys. Tatiana, what is the most difficult part of playing opposite yourself? And for the guys, if you could make her play any character in anything ever, who would you make her play?
Oh, I got
my
an easy
God.
one there.
That's cool.
I want to see her interpretation of Carrie.
Oh.
I think you would have been awesome. No offense to Chloe Moretz, who I'm sure is great. I'm sure she's really lovely, but I don't know what the film's gonna be like. But I would have loved to see you do that. I love Carrie. I love Sissy Spacek.
I would have loved to see Tatiana play a female version of Martina McFly. Back to the Future.
I want that hairdo. That'd be
Hi,
wicked.
what do you think, guys? Yeah?
I think it's been done very well before. The hardest part of playing opposite myself is the fact that there's nobody there, and it's so technical, and it's so about the specifics, like the minutia of my eye line being just that low, or just there, or me not putting a wine glass through my own face, or you know what I mean? Like it's so technical, and the challenge for me is in being present and available and alive and spontaneous in a super structured technical situation, and that's been the challenge with all the kind of clone scenes for me, but also kind of what's so fun and exhilarating about them.
You draw faces on the tennis balls sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Little angry
Bad
faces if
faces.
she's got to yell at them.
Yeah. Exactly. Who else? Yeah.
How did you guys react when you read the finale script, the season finale script?
I started crying because I was so sad that we were done potentially. That we didn't know if we were coming back, and it was kind of left in this incredible, emotional, really tense place, and I didn't know if we would ever get to kind of explore further than that, and so I was quite sad about that. But yeah, for me it was pretty emotional.
I was kind of went through. I remember reading the last 10 pages, which I think translated to about the last 5 minutes on screen, and that's what really blew me away. And I think it translated pretty well when the episode aired, because the last 5 minutes was gripping. I knew it was going to happen, and I was still like this. And that's pretty incredible to already know the ending and still be surprised when it happens.
I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. And I wouldn't smoke a cigarette because my nerves were so shaken. How old are you, young man? 14. Don't ever smoke a cigarette. I learned my lesson after that, but it drew me to it. My nerves were just too shaken after reading it.
Yeah.
And where do we go from there?
Tatiana, which clone are you most like in real life?
I think I connect quite strongly to Cosima because of her tendencies. No, because because Cosima to me is so fascinated with people and with life and with the way things work and the way things are broken down and why something is the way it is, and she's constantly questioning things, and she's like an investigator in a way, and I feel like I can relate that to my passion for acting. Her passion for science and her passion for people and for everything, and also she's very human to me. She's incredibly, and I'm not saying I'm incredibly smart, but she's incredibly smart.
She is actually incredible.
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure she's a
we
borderline
can chime
genius.
in.
All right. But Cosima's incredibly smart, but she does stupid things. And I think that's what I love about her, and what I actually connect to about her is that you can have this duality in you where you're the smartest person on the planet and you fall for the person that you shouldn't be falling for, and then you know that it's going to end badly, and you still do it. And that's something I strongly connect
Which
to
is
in
so
her.
human too, and that's
Yeah.
such a big part of the show in general is the humanity in each of these women. None of them are cartoons. None of the characters are cartoons, even though at first glance you might see them and think, oh, here we go. But as you move forward in the series, I think there are a lot of surprises, and the layers are peeled back on every person until you realize you are dealing with a multifaceted, multidimensional human being.
What was the cool thing that the set decorator did in your loft?
Oh my God, so cool, because he kind of picked up on this theme in the script, I think early on. Ian Brock, our production designer, is brilliant, and he, in Felix's loft, because Felix in particular, I guess to Ian...
Phallic paintings.
Well, there were a lot of phallic paintings. It's funny too, because I got in the first day, I was like, so what are we gonna see? Like some Banksy, some Ziggy? Like I thought like street art, they're like...
Penises.
I was like, okay.
Amazing!
Thank you. But he actually, the walls are layered. He started with a faux, like concrete, and then put a brick facade, then a stone facade, then wallpaper, then stone, then concrete, and then chiseled that away to look like urban decay from the inside out, which is actually a thematic representation of the character. He represented him even in his space. The fact that Felix is so layered, as all the characters are, and the more you kind of go down the rabbit hole, the more you learn about each person and who they really are. And how there's resonance there, layers in humanity. That's resonance and that's truth, and that's why we connect so emotionally to all the. I'm getting like choked up. Why am I?
It's just always.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Are there any children in the audience? Because he cries when he sees children too. So. Kids.
I cry about
Hide
3
your
times
kids.
a day. Has anyone seen that commercial with Dawn, the oil-covered ducks? Yeah, man. Like, why do they do that? Like, why do they set you up to get emotional like that? Or that episode of Futurama?
Oh.
The one with the dog where he waits for yes!
So sad. So sad.